To the person who spat on my driver's side window, my passenger side window, spat on the windshield on your way there, and then threw some type of liquid from a cup on the back window too. What were you doing? You're on camera first and foremost, so I know who you are. I have the car you were in, or the car you weren't even driving, your girl was driving, and you have a Chevy bow tie sticker on the back window. So clearly, you more than likely know who I am. You're probably watching this video right now. That being the case, what are you doing, bro? What makes you want to go and spit on someone's thing? For you guys who are watching who don't know what happened, I posted a story on my Instagram of my truck walking around it, and someone had spat all over my windows. And then I found more in the back window too. Went straight to a car wash, washed it all off, whatever, right? Not a big deal. This isn't that big of a deal, but it's the principle. I can tell by the way you were looking at my truck, you were taken by the truck. You saw it and you were like, wow, it's a nice truck. You thought about it and then just went to town on spitting on the driver's side, the windshield, the passenger side, and then even topped it off by throwing some stuff on the back window. Just so you know, everything's on video and your license plate number too. Now, I'm not going to put any of that on the internet because I don't want there to be any major problems on your end. I'm a good guy until you mess with me the wrong way. Now, this is borderline there. Clearly, you've never had any type of repercussions come your way when it comes to messing with somebody's things. You don't do that. That's a line you don't cross. You don't touch somebody's things like that. So I'm gonna take this as a learning lesson for the future, step up my security. I do have a dash cam in the front of my truck, which doesn't record all the time. It records when the truck feels a jolt. So it has what's called a G-shock. So if it feels motion, as if someone's trying to like break into your car or someone bumps into my truck, then it will start recording for 30 seconds, even with no power to it. It has a reserve battery in there. From here on out, I'm gonna have a lot more cameras in the truck. I'm gonna do one more in the rear, keep the one, or do a new one in the front, and then have it recording 24/7. And I might add 2 more in the back windows looking out too, kind of like how Tesla's record on the side as well. So the very first thing I did was walk around my entire truck and make sure there was no damage associated to the loogie attack. So there was no damage and I was fine with the fact that it was just spit. There was no scratching, there was no key marks in the wrap or anywhere else. My tires weren't popped, nothing like that was done, which I've had happen to me before in the past as well on my other truck. A couple of years ago, 2018, I believe, or 2019, I believe it was, when someone keyed my hood and they keyed it all the way through to the metal. At the time, the place I was living at, you know, it was one of the nicer trucks on the block, so I think it might have been one of those things where someone was walking by it and they were like, ooh, shiny, brand new. It was brand new. Had the truck for maybe 2 months. It still had dealer plates on it. So I think it was one of those things where it's like, okay, it's a nice truck and I want to just hate on it. I'm not speculating. I don't know where this drive comes from in people too, because I don't have any enemies. I have 0 enemies. I create no issues with anybody. I avoid problems. I'm just that kind of person. Unless I really need to address something, then I'll address it appropriately. But I don't have any problems with anybody. I don't have any issues with nobody. So there's no reason for someone to go out of their way to attack my stuff other than it just being nice. And there's just people like that in this world that want to just attack nice things. I don't want to think that way, but sometimes you got to realize that people don't like nice things that they can't obtain themselves. So this may have been that situation right there, or maybe you wanted to just kind of mess with something you've been following online for a while. I do get a lot of people, you know, out and about that do notice the truck. They see me in traffic. They send me a DM. I pass by them. They saw it parked somewhere. The truck does get noticed. It's very unique, right? So everyone does kind of know the truck is mine. Constantly, I see people taking videos of it. It gets that attention, and there's no 2 ways about it. That is what it is. It's what I've noticed, and you know that wasn't the goal in building my truck. But you know, that's kind of how the outcome played out. So you, the person who spat all over my truck, might have just seen something nice and decided, hey, I just want to hate on it. Given the way you were circling my truck, admiring it pretty much, and you're like, hey, I want to mess it up a little bit. And you just so happen to pick the one day after I washed my truck that I haven't washed in like 3 or 4 weeks. I hardly ever wash my truck because I haven't done anything off-road at all. So I haven't been able to find a need to really wash my truck. It's just dusty. But I washed it and you spit on it the next day. So I appreciate your timing. But yeah, I went straight to the car wash afterwards, washed it off, took me 5 minutes, towel dried it really fast. Done deal. I'm good with that. So if you are someone that knows me, then clearly you enjoy the truck or anything that I've been able to present to my viewers, you being one of them if you are one. So why not leave a note? why not say what up? Why not wait for me for a few minutes to come outside? Also, I mean, you can't be the brightest crayon in the box if you didn't look for cameras before doing something dumb like that. I know you think it's no big deal, and it really is no big deal. Again, I don't care that much. It's the principle, but why wouldn't you like make sure you're not being watched before you do something kind of dumb like that? I guarantee you one day you're gonna come across the wrong person and they are going to turn the volume up on you and you're not going to like it one bit. Clearly, you've never been held accountable for your actions to this point right here. You look to be somewhere in your mid to late 30s. So I don't know what you've been doing up until that point where you've gotten away with all the stuff you've probably done before that, because again, I highly doubt that was your first time doing something like that. But you're going to come across the wrong person one day that's going to put you in your place and you are going to pout like a little baby. You're not going to like it. Trust me on that. Now, honestly, I don't feel that violated about this whole thing right here. It's not really a big deal. I thought I'd hop on here and talk about it really quick because I'm pretty sure you follow me, the person who did this. I'm pretty sure you, my boy, you followed me. I can talk about what car you were in, your plate number, full description of you, and a partial description of your girl. But I'm not going to do that. I will say that there was a Chevy decal on the back window. So it's about as far as I'll go with that one right there. But anyways, if you want to reach out to me, hit me up on the DM. I'm pretty cool. So come say what up.